Hi, it's Emily from Nesting Space, and I'm so glad you're here today because I wanted to talk to you about something that has become really, really central in my life, and that is the topic of amusement. But before we get there, I just want to note, and I noticed myself kind of apologizing for this in my head, like, oh, I'm showing up without makeup on, I'm not completely put together. But the thing is, number one, of course, in the earlier videos, if you've been following me, you know that I absolutely said, there are going to be times, actually, maybe most of the time, where I am not put together in the way that our culture often thinks of it, hair completely done and perfect, makeup on, and things like that. But here's the thing for me, this feels put together to me. To a good enough extent. Like, not good enough like giving up, but good enough as in I am whole and acceptable, and more than acceptable, I'm beautiful in this way. So that means that, uh, I can show up without makeup on and things like that. And I don't even have earrings on right now, and that's okay. And that's more than okay. That's, that's me. So here I am talking to you about amusement. And as far as amusement goes, I found it pretty interesting that my brain was going there, interesting, hey brain, see what you're doing. Actually, it's more your mind. Your brain is the physical structure, and your mind is the thing that takes you to those places. So interesting to note. So amusement, let's talk about that. So when I started a course, it was a new course in January of 2018, so about a year and a half ago. It was a intuitive training and self healing program, and that was an offering, a distance offering from Stacia Sinistvet in Colorado, who is absolutely incredible. She is a wonderful guide and teacher for people who want to deepen their intuition and to do some healing around that and to learn new tools for coping and setting boundaries between themselves and other people. And I'll drop her link in the comments, or in the description. She is just an incredible resource, and she has a website called Wooversity, and that has a lot of her offerings for distance learning for all of these things. So in one of my first courses with Stacia, and there were ones every week, one of the first topics that we talked about in our meditation was the concept of amusement and viewing the things that we went through in meditation, the things that we might pick up about ourselves and our past and our stories and all of those things, viewing them from a place of amusement. And so we don't always think of amusement as a lens through which we see things. I always think about amusement parks. I always think about that. For me, what I've settled on in some of the work that I've been doing recently and the writing that I've been doing is viewing amusement as a place, coming from a place of lighthearted entertainment, because that really captures the feel, the physical feel, the lightheartedness that we feel in our bodies as we kind of open up to accept this new view of seeing things. And there's kind of this air of interest and curiosity that all kind of gets wrapped up in that amusement into this beautiful thing where you're able to, and not perfectly, because we aren't always going to be able to see things from a place of amusement. That's okay. Like, that's completely human and normal. It's a practice, just like so many of the other things that I talk about. Seeing things from a place of amusement allows the opportunity for you to get curious and say, like, that's so interesting that my mind is going there. Or, isn't that cool the way, those flowers just popped up today and they weren't there yesterday? Or, isn't that funny the way, I just tripped over the sidewalk and I didn't fall and I'm okay and nobody's hurt. Even little things like that. Sometimes it helps to think about it, seeing the world kind of through a child's eyes, in the way of just finding that joy and wonder at every turn, and even when things are hard, we have an opportunity to see things this way. And this doesn't mean that we're ignoring the weight or the heaviness of an issue, but it just means allowing ourselves to be open to the wonder of it. And maybe that's an even better word to use, like being open to the wonder of it, like the lighthearted wonder of, wow, this is the life that I'm living, and I'm in this body. This only, I get this one chance to be in this body. And isn't that interesting that this is happening? And what does that bring up for me? What is that, And just coming from a place that actually helps to put a little bit of a distance between you so that you're not so emotionally immersed in what you're experiencing, as when it comes to the hard stuff in particular. But it also opens up a place for you to like notice those little wonders around you during the day, the things that maybe you add to your gratitude list at the end of the day. And I'm curious, what shift that makes for you when you try it on. Because just like anything else, this is something you can try on and see how it fits. See what it feels like. And if it works, wonderful. I have a feeling that it might work, But all of these tools aren't for everybody. Try it on. If it doesn't work, try something different, and that's okay. But let me know if you practice, or if you've already practiced with this before, or it's a totally new concept to you. Let me know. I'd love to hear. And as always, you can find me here, but you can also find me on my website, www.nestingspaceLLC.com. And I hope everyone has a gorgeous day, an amusing day.